Hi Lana, hello and welcome once again. Now, if you're a student here in Kenya and maybe you're abroad and you want to secure some attachment or other internship opportunities, then this particular video is going to provide you with the best organizations or companies that will always offer you these particular opportunities. So kindly, if you're joining us for the very first time, feel free to subscribe, and for those of us who have already subscribed, thanks for your support. Now, mostly students actually face this particular problem of securing some attachments. Ideally, personally, I went through some hardship in securing the attachment. So maybe one thing that I need to tell you as a learner or a student is to start this particular attachment and internship process early enough, right? Even if in your second year, don't wait until it's late, because it's always a process. By starting at by looking at maybe the companies that are there is one step, right? So that when maybe you reach your third year, you can always know what is expected of you. So we have two common terms here: attachment and internship. Attachment is actually the based on the period where you execute them, because attachments you normally do them during the coursework period, ideally when you're still a student at a particular institution, right? Internship, then you need to do it after you have graduated, right? So I'm going to show you some of the best companies, especially in Kenya, that have, of course, sent my students, and personally I've been there to maybe monitor how attachment is done. So these companies, they also offer online options to be able to apply for this particular position, so you don't need to really walk up to that particular place physically. Rather, you can do it online, then you can make a follow-up later by going to those particular offices physically. So join me in looking at the first best company ideally. Now this is NITA. NITA stands for National Industrial Training Authority. It's located in industrial area, right, just within the Enterprise Road. Here you are going to meet a lot of students from different universities actually securing different attachments. Now the good thing with NITA is that they are going to source, right? They look for you for those particular companies. So yours is just to apply via them, right? So as a student, just tender your application to NITA, then you give them that particular work of looking for you for the companies that are going to give you the attachment. Yeah, everything is free, so don't panic. So what you need to do is just to click within the description. I've shared the link to NITA. So once you are within their website as shown, you need just to come to the downloads. Let me just take you, just click on the downloads so that at least you get the right form, right? So ideally they offer different services, but I want us just to focus on the attachments. So within the downloads, just scroll to the industrial attachment. You can see here they have 3 documents, so you just click on that, right? Industrial attachment, then you'll have these 3 forms. Now the one that you're going to fill is this industrial attachment contract form. This is what the student is supposed to fill, right? And for the assessment, of course, that one is not yours. So let's just focus on what the student requires. So you just click on the industrial attachment contract form. Of course, you'll need to download it, right? So after, you can see it's downloading at the bottom left. After it has downloaded, let's just open it and see the content of this particular attachment, so that we talk based on facts, right? Now you will be required to have 2 copies of this attachment. You have to print 2 copies, right? One should be taken to the employer, and the other one should be left with the NITA. Of course, during the first application, you just need to present your you just need to apply using the first copy. So what do you need to do, right? As a student, you need to of course, you're going to read through the form, right? So part A is for the attachee, you. So you have to provide your ID, of of course you have to fill in these particular details: level of training, your university, which duration, and mostly you need also to have some insurance, right? So you need to secure some insurance with a particular company, because that one you need to attach it, as you can see. So there are two things that you need to attach: your ID, and of course your uh, the insurance policy. You also need to attach it. Then part B of this particular industrial attachment contract, it should be filled by the institution where you are training. For instance, if it's a particular university, you need to present it to the institution so that they sign it, right? And they stamp it, so it has to. And also, maybe something that I forgot to mention is the attachment letter from the institution that you are currently doing your course from, right? They need to give you an official attachment letter, right, that you're going to attach with this. Very, very important. Don't forget about that, right? So once you do this, you'll have to, of course, you have to select if it's degree, diploma, and so on. You need to mention your name and of course the institution that you are in, right? So once you have done this, the other part you leave it for the NITA and the company that is going to offer you this particular opportunity. Now let me summarize something here. Now the NITA company or other organization, what they are going to do is to provide you with an opportunity for the attachment. They can do it via two ways. One, they can give you the opportunity to look for a given company on your own, right? And then they can do that particular follow-up process. The other thing, which takes a bit longer, is for them to actually look for you, the company, find the company for you, and then notify you. They always have a span of 3 months, right? Notify you of the available company that you need to actually proceed and do the attachment from. So I think things can be made clearer if at all you just get some time, and maybe you can contact them if you have issues. They have their address here. There is a hotline here, right? You can also even write to them. You can call them, right? I like them because they give priority to students. So even before I talk about other companies, NITA is the first company or organization that you need to actually contact, right? But you have already seen the requirements, so you need to actually fill in the form, right? Ideally, once you are there, you'll just record a few details. If you have already filled this form and you physically present yourself, you'll just record a few details. Of course, whatever is within this particular form is whatever you're going to replicate in the official details, so that they can always call you later on, right? So I think I've spent a lot of time within NITA. I've spent time because it's the main body that offers industrial attachment across our country. So if you focus on it first, then I think most of your problems will be solved, right? Rather than just proceeding to the individual organizations. Anyway, the second company is KEMSA, right? So KEMSA, this is Kenya Medical Supplies Authority, right? So if you find it interesting to be with them or to have some kind of opportunity with them, they provide it. So just click within the description. You can see they offer also industrial attachment. They have an online form, right? The reason as to why I'm showing you these companies is not that the others doesn't have the opportunity or they don't offer. This one provides the online option, right? Online option is best because you can always start early and fill in the records, right, before your attachment period comes by, right? So you have to fill this, right? You'll have to, of course, fill this particular form, the ID card here. Okay, these ones are basic. Of course, serial number, examination. Always feel free to ask or consult, they always have numbers here to call. Yeah, right. Personally, I call these numbers on behalf of my students, right, just to ascertain what they require. And you can see the necessary uh, documents that you need to have. Like here we have certificate of good conduct. Now you can see the reason as to why I'm actually recommending you to start very early, because getting these particular documents normally takes time, right? So you have to have them. You have also to write a formal application letter. Yeah, you can see this one, individual performance transcripts, right, and so on. So once you have them, you can upload them and then submit the form, and of course they'll give you some feedback on whether you're going to have the opportunity or not. The other one is Safaricom. Who doesn't know about this kind of giant telecommunication company, right? It offers massive opportunities to students. Now, maybe the downside of Safaricom is that it only focuses on internship. Remember, I've also mentioned that you can also have the internship opportunity after graduating, right? So yes, you can always maybe start contacting them if you want to do some kind of internship, right? They have a very nice internship program, and you'll get a nice experience from Safaricom, right? So once you are within this particular page, you just need to click on apply, right? You apply and then you'll be taken through the procedure, right? Then of course, okay, here you are, right? Then of course we have the other company, which is Camry. Camry also offers very nice opportunities, or rather attachment opportunities for students. So Camry stands for Kenya Medical Research, right, Institute, and you need just to come to this particular website. They have the attachment and internship, right? So of course, just like the other companies, you need just to click here and go through the requirements, right? So you can see this is the internship and attachment form, right? So you have just to go through it and understand what they require, right? You can see valid letter from the learning institution, telephone contact, application letters addressed, right? So how are you eligible for these opportunities? They are provided there, right? And of course you can always copy the deputy director, and you send your application to the internship at cambridge.go.k. You should be rest assured that once you send your application, they'll always give your feedback, right? Most of my students have secured attachment from Cambridge. Finally, from my list, we have KenGen. KenGen is also a very reputable organization that has a keen interest in offering attachment and internship opportunities to the students. As you can see, from their careers website, you can either select the internship and see what they require, and of course you can go to the industrial attachment. So for the industrial attachment, they require very minimal things, such as you should be a student in session, of course a letter from the institution. The student must also have been attached before within our institution. Of course, these are just some kind of criteria that you must meet. Yeah, so attachment is strictly for 3 months, and I believe most institutions offer 3 months, right? So yes, ladies and gentlemen, so these are some of the best companies that you can always use online option to apply for your attachment and internship opportunities. Now going forward, I'll be narrowing down maybe how to execute this particular application for the attachments, and also provide you with other organization that offers paid internship. So if you want to know more about this, always ensure that you click on that particular like button and the notification bell, so that when I produce those particular videos, you can always stand a chance of knowing what is happening. All right. Thanks.